management committee, Chris and myself met with Steve after compiling all of the results, everything that you guys had sent back to me, and we met tonight at 5 o'clock, went over the evaluation and the compiled comments and numerical scoring. We had a good discussion, and Steve told us, you know, Chris and I, a few things that he's been working on with the employees as far as the coaching aspect that he's introduced the last couple of years here, and things are improving, and he has more plans, I'm sure, and I'll let him speak to that. But I wanted to thank everybody for sending back those evaluations. It was a little bit of a trial for us, just to see if that format was easy, for one thing, if easy to use, and provides us with the kind of feedback that either numeric or written comments. And while everything, the numeric is always easier because it's simpler, right? I think there's a consensus between Steve and myself and Chris that more comments, more written comments, while it takes a little bit longer, are much more valuable. It provides a better starting point to continue discussions, and yeah, it's an effort. It takes an effort, but it's something that we really, as a council, deserve to give to Steve, and to make sure that our lines of communication stay open and get better and improve. So I guess I would just like to take this opportunity to encourage each of the council members, as Chris and I have had that opportunity, but stop in, visit with Steve. You can take a look at the entire form if you'd like, and see the average scores and all of the comments that are there. But to go over with Steve and talk to him about concerns that you have or ideas for improvements, and it can be somewhat uncomfortable maybe if you fear that there's going to be conflict, but this is the easiest way to get it out and get it worked through. So we've got to start. We have a beginning point here now with this evaluation. It's really simple I think to follow. So I'd encourage everybody to stop in and visit them about it. Dave, did you have anything that you wanted to share with us?
I think you covered it. Thank you.
So do we need a motion to formalize this addition to your personal file?
I don't think so.
Sure if we do or not.
I mean, it's there. And it's,
Yeah. Okay.
It's there. We signed it.
So number one question I got, were you satisfied with it?
Sure. Yeah, it's always good to know. Something to work on. I appreciate it. I think as we discussed, this was the first try, so I would imagine in the future they'll be a little bit more descriptive, and that'll be helpful as well.
Diplomatic here, huh?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yes, thank you.
8F, hypersonic. Mr. Sarvi and I had a conversation on Saturday with Jack Weimerskirch and Jay Skranka, who is the new public defense.
New
council, you have two letters in front of you. The first dated June 9th, which is titled Reorganization of Rushford Hypersonic, is a letter from Jack Weimerskirch, who's the new chairman of the board for Rushford Hypersonic. And you can take this and read it at your leisure, but basically talked about how the board was formed to operate hypersonic. Then on the back page is an email request from the new president, from Jay, and one of the things that they're dealing with right now is an immediate need to move their equipment out of the building that they're in right now, because the folks that own that building need that space. And I would like to make the community center in Himley available to them to just store their office equipment for a short period of time. As part of that, I would like the council to authorize us, the city attorney, to write up just a very brief memorandum of understanding about the rental or us allowing them to keep that equipment there. It covers us from a legal standpoint if something were to happen to their equipment or to the building. And I think that that would protect the city. I would definitely, I wouldn't want to put their equipment in unless we had an understanding. But this is a short-term situation. They're getting ready to go into production if their funding comes through the way that they've been told that it will, and that will necessitate either moving to a production facility or building.
Does that conflict anything about the improvements that have to be made in the community center?
Well, it could. It could. It would, again, they're asking for 90 to 120 days. I think 90 days would not be a problem, even if something were to happen very quickly with the party that's looking at it. 120 days could be an issue. Again, that's why I'd like to have this memorandum of understanding, so that if we did need them to get out, we can make that happen rather quickly.
Would that be written up in the lawyer's brief, or so to speak?
In that memorandum that we would have between us and Hypersonic, yes. And I'm also not contemplating asking them for rent. We'll just store it,
This is not their fancy equipment, it's just their office.
just their office equipment.
So, what are they gonna do for office equipment then? How are they gonna,
They can't do anything until this money comes through that they're waiting for. And if that money comes through, they won't have a problem building a new building.
Is there any other alternative for storage?
I asked, just the folks that I know, we asked Steve Johndall, because I didn't think he was completely moved in yet up there in this new building. But he is actually starting to produce up there. So that was out. I thought about the community, or the muni. There may be some other opportunities down there that we wouldn't want to be there. So it just seemed to me to be the best location. And they're, how do I say this diplomatically? There would be an incentive to the city having this equipment in a place where we knew that it was.
So it's safe.
So that it's safe, yes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
so how much equipment is there?
It's not very much. Wouldn't need to be as much to fill this room.
So, couldn't it be utilized down in the liquor store?
It could, but
It seems
This,
like it'd
this
be,
is closer, Roger.
but it seems like it'd be a whole lot cleaner if you got somebody looking at that building.
right, but we also don't want them to actually be doing anything. We don't want them to be producing something in the community center or in the muni.
Oh, true.
So they wouldn't have that opportunity at all up there. The community center.
How about this?
Just a very temporary fix. That's good faith.